Have you ever used Netflix, Amazon, or Uber and thought, wow, this app just works no matter what? Millions of users, thousands of features, and still buttery smooth. So, how do they pull that off? The answer is something called microservices, a modern way of building software that's powering today's biggest apps. In this video, we will explore what microservices are, how they work, why they matter, and when you should not use them. Before microservices, most apps used a monolithic architecture, one codebase handling everything: orders, payments, menus, and deliveries. Simple at first, but over time it turns into a tangled mess. A small change means redeploying the whole app. One failing module can crash everything, and scaling one feature, you have to scale the entire system. It's like a single process app, one exception, and the whole thing goes down. Microservices flip that approach. Instead of one big app, you build a lots of small, focused services, each handling just one thing. One services handles orders, another handles payments, another handles user logins, and so on. Each service is like a mini app. It can be written in its own language, have its own database, and be deployed on its own. And they talk to each other using APIs, just like apps on your phone talk to the internet. Let me walk you through the microservice architecture step by step. Here you will see the clients. These could be web apps, mobile apps, or any front-end system. Instead of calling backend service directly, all requests go through this central component here, the API gateway. It's responsible for routing the request to the correct service, handling security checks, and controlling traffic with rate limiting. Now, from the API gateway, each request is routed to the appropriate microservice, which are these individual blocks in the middle of this diagram. Each microservice is focused on a single business capability, like user service, order service, payment service, etc. This separation makes the system modular, easy to manage, and independently deployable. If you notice, each microservice is connected to its own database. This is important. It ensures complete data ownership and avoids tight coupling. It also allows each team to use the best database type of their service, whether that's SQL, NoSQL, or in memory. Behind the scenes, we have service discovery shown here, which allows service to find and talk to each other even if they move or scale dynamically. This is essential in distributed systems. And the management layer here is responsible for system-wide health checks, centralized logging, metrics, and monitoring, keeping the system stable and observable. Now, what's in it for us developers? Teams can ship independently. The front-end teams isn't waiting on the backend. The backend team isn't blocked by DevOps. Everyone moves faster. CI/CD pipeline for each service means faster iteration, easier rollbacks, and zero downtime deployments. We can scale each service independently. For example, during high traffic, we might scale the order service without touching the rest. And if one service fails, the others keep running. This gives us fault isolation and high availability. That's why giants like Netflix have over 700 microservices running behind the scenes. It helps them move fast, stay reliable, and innovate daily. Sounds awesome, right? But here is the catch. Microservices bring complexity, a lot of it. Now you are managing 50 plus services instead of one app. APIs between services need to be fast, secure, and fail safe. If something breaks, tracing the problem across multiple services takes real effort. You will need containerization, orchestration, and monitoring tools just to keep things stable. So yes, It's powerful, but it's not plug and play. Let's take an e-commerce platform, break it into user service, catalog service, cart service, order service, payment service, and inventory service. Each service lives on its own Git repo, deploys via its own pipeline, and scales independently. That's dev paradise if it's done right. But when you should not use microservice. If your team is small or you're still finding product market to fit, stick to a well structured monolith. Microservices add complexity. Don't solve problems which you don't have it. So to wrap it up, monolithics are simple but rigid. Microservices are flexible, scalable and powerful but more complex. Big companies use them because they let app grow fast without breaking everything. Microservices aren't just about code. They are about how you think, build, scale your product. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and drop a comment. If you are using or planning to use microservices, I have got a more dev friendly videos coming soon. Thank you.